Welcome to Why Not Us podcast. It is what is today? Today Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and today in the building I have Terrell, a Rose Soul Barbecue. How you doing today, Terrell?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful.
That's great. That's great. How are you feeling mentally?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm in a great place. Great place.
Always.
I'm doing good. I got too much going
Yeah, you might have to turn down the sound on the one
Yeah, I
on the
got it.
phone. Yep. So Terrell, Roll Soul Barbecue.
Yes.
So what is Roll Soul Barbecue? And first of all, how did you come up with the name Roll Soul Barbecue?
Um, well, my grandmother passed away in 2020. Her name was Rosie. And one of the good things about that is that I grew up with her, and she pretty much gave me my love for food. So it was just like, growing up, my grandma, you go to my grandma's house. If you go to my grandma's house and you leave hungry, that's your fault. That's straight your fault because my grandma used to work at a group home. So she never knew how to cook small meals.
Okay.
So everything that she cooked for like 20, 30 people, and she always had food in her house. She's like, always telling people, hey, you better take a plate with you, and always inviting people over. It was always a good vibe when you were there. It was always love when you went to my grandma's house. That's one of the things that everybody talked about was going to Rosie's house and eating. So wanting to grow into another business, I was like, you know what, use my grandmother's name. That's my daughter's middle name as well. So, and then the soul part, just thinking of having that soul of the generations that came before us, and just knowing that food a lot of times like cookouts. You go to a cookout, you have a great time. Family reunions, you just want to be there. So that's my vision in the future, is to have something where people can come, enjoy food, have a good time, dance, music, all that kind of stuff.
You know what? That is so awesome. That's awesome. Just listen to how your grandmother was, full of love, full of light, and one way that she showed love was by feeding people. So your name of your restaurant and your business, that's hella dope. And I can't wait till you have them barbecues. Like, I'm coming, bro. Like,
Oh yeah,
yo, I'm
definitely.
coming. Like,
I
I
got
already seen it. Like, I can see it. You know what I'm saying, I already see it. You feel me? I
hmm
smell that barbecue. Okay, I already smell that barbecue on them ribs.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I already smell it. So that's
It,
most
it's,
definitely cool right there, man.
it was funny because it was like all my friends, they'll come, like we have cookouts and I'll cook for them, and they'll be like, yo man, why aren't you cooking? I'm like, I don't know. I just do this for fun. And then it's like when I go out to eat, like my wife and my mother-in-law, they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, these ain't your ribs. I don't want it." Or this ain't your barbecue. I don't want it. I'm like, yeah, like it's something good or something. I'm like, but then everybody, when you hear so many people talking about it, it's like, okay, I might as well go ahead and make that step.
For sure. So, how long did it take you to come up with just starting your business? Like, how long did it take?
I'm still this is still a work in progress. I haven't really stepped out too much. I'm right now trying to get my feet wet, trying to learn the business and learn the business side of it, like, and also learning the techniques of cooking. A lot of barbecuing is different. This is I don't know if it's a frozen. Did it freeze on me?
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay, because it stopped moving. Um, it a lot of the techniques of barbecuing and learning the different things in barbecuing. So I'm just like I'm always constantly trying to grow. I remember cooking my first pork butt years ago. Um, that was probably 2010 when I first cooked it, and it was good. But I was just like, okay, I can see now that I look back at the pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely done grew since cooking that, or the ribs that I cook now. I can see the difference in what I cooked before. So it's always about growth. So if you got to grow, with, especially with cooking. People's taste change, and you got to stay consistent.
Most definitely. You most definitely got to stay consistent and understanding, exactly what you said about just learning from, how you was cooking before and adding more techniques to it, or, what I'm saying, maybe adding a different rub to it or different
Hmm.
sauce to it, or, what I mean, just a different brand of beef that you might be using. So that's what it's all about. But you know what? I'm also into, when I get my house and everything, I want to learn how to grill. Like, I want to learn how to grill. I want to get me a smoker. I want to do all that. Like, yeah, I really want to do that. So I think it's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I want to get into. Like I've seen, I go to cookout sometimes. I went to one on 4th of July, and people were out there, cooking, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna sit in the house. People cooking for me this time. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit in the house. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna touch the grill. Tish was like, you gonna go out there and touch the grill, ain't you? I said, yeah, I am. So I was showing, some of my friends there, I was like, okay, this is, an easier way to cook than, what you're doing. So I'm definitely about, even, growing myself, but then also helping other people learn how to grill, because it's fun. It's once learn how to control the fire, or if you're using a, barbecue, charcoal grill, and learning how to control the fire, or if you're going to, even now, pellet grills are blowing up like it's no tomorrow. Those are the easiest thing to cook on. All you do is plug it in and set the temperature, and you good. It stays that same temperature. So
Okay.
so grilling is definitely different from when I was a kid, putting aluminum foil on all over the grates and making sure that, poke holes in it to make grease go through. I was like, yeah, I done learned a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody wants to learn, or just follow me, just hit me up. Send me a message on Facebook. Hey, I want to, how do you do this? What rubs you like? You know, what kind of wood did you like to smoke with? Anything. I'm open book. I love helping people.
That's dope. So listen, I got a question because like I said, sometimes I be looking at different things on YouTube about grilling.
Hmm.
And I see that sometimes that people actually take their meat and put it on something like the coal, or I don't know what it is, but they actually put their meat into like the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like on
Yeah, I've
the
seen that. Something about eating like raw wood, or wood that's it doesn't agree with me too much. I've seen
yeah.
it done, and I'm just like, and I also know about the history of cooking pigs in the ground, and or cooking them with center blocks, making a center block pig cooker. I've seen all those, but something about cooking the meat on the actual coals, it just, I don't know. I haven't tried
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I never understood it. Like I was looking and I'm like, okay, I don't understand this, but of course, I'm not, into the whole grilling thing. And I also had another question to ask you.
Mhm.
Sometimes I be seeing people like, like chicken. They
Uh-huh.
won't even wash the chicken. They'll take the chicken out of the bag and put it on the grill. Why are people doing that?
I have no. I grew up. We wash our chicken. We wash our chicken. I understand, not wanting to spread, germs and stuff, but that's what cleaners for afterwards. Um, to clean the sink or whatever. But I gotta wash the chicken. I gotta clean it. I gotta because a lot of times you get them from the store, they still got the feathers on them. So I'm all about still cleaning the chicken. Make sure. I've seen people put it on there and then want to season it afterwards. You don't get that penetration through the skin or anything like that when you don't do it like that.
For sure, for sure. So, when you have your ribs, right? So when you have
Hmm.
your ribs, what about the so you like you strip the membrane, like you strip whatever that little white strip, you strip
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah. I take it off.
Okay,
It gets tedious, and especially when I'm doing. I think for matter of fact, I cook for my own. Well, I didn't cook ribs for my mom and dad's wedding. I didn't cook. I cooked chicken for them, but for my daughter's baby shower, I cooked ribs, and I think I cooked about 14 racks, and I had this strip membrane off each one, and that was so tedious.
yes, it is like
Very tedious. I've seen people where they score it and then they cook it. I haven't tried that one yet. Only time I actually leave the membrane on is when we cooking the beef ribs, because
okay.
beef ribs will fall apart if you don't leave the membrane on.
Okay, so it's a difference between the cooking of the pork ribs and the beef ribs. So when I'm looking at the people pulling off the membrane, that's mostly pork ribs.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. What about mustard? Do you like using mustard on your ribs?
not on my ribs.
Okay,
I will use it on briskets.
okay,
Um, I use it's a people when they hear it they're like, what? But I use a mustard and pickle juice combo
okay,
and dill pickle juice, and I make it into this little thin sauce, and I actually use that on brisket to actually hold the seasoning on there.
okay. And it's like it's so many levels of actually barbecuing. um like I said, I have become a student in watching people cook. And it's like it seemed like it take forever for the ribs, because it's like, okay, they put the ribs up there, then they take it off, then they have like the brown sugar, they
Oh
have
yeah,
the butter, and then they wrap it up, then they put it back in, then they check the temperature, and I'm just like, bro, when I'm gonna eat the rib? But it's a whole process
it's a
of
process.
actually, yeah, like I didn't
Yeah,
even know all that.
yeah. There's you can do it that way. I do it that way. Some people just don't wrap. There's a lot of people that don't believe in wrapping. They like to cook it all the way through. I've seen that done before. I cooked it that way as well.
Oh,
Um, I've also done it where I've put them in the smoker and let it smoke for 2 or 3 hours. Then I've actually finished it on my charcoal grill and
okay.
let the sauce stick to the ribs. So ribs take a long time. But what I found with ribs is um, the the lower the temperature, probably about 225. You could put them up there for a little bit longer, but most of the time, it's cooking them at about 250, 275 for about, if you want to go straight through, about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, it'll be done. But if not, wrapping it probably take you less about 4 hours. So it's that's tedious. That's not as tedious as cooking barbecue or brisket. Those two take a long time.
Okay, with the barbecue. So when you're doing the barbecue, are you actually like, with the pig, or do you have the pig? Are you doing that processing, or what are you doing with the barbecue? Is that a part of the barbecuing with the pig, and or is that not, uh if that makes
Oh,
sense?
oh yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen one of the things that I do differently that not a lot of people in North Carolina do is when I cook my barbecue, I don't use vinegar.
Okay.
I don't have a big enough pig cooker,
Okay.
so I'm using like stuff you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or stuff like that. I'm using smaller grills, so I don't got that level. So most of the time I'm using what's called a pork butt. It's not from the actual butt; it's actually part of the shoulder of the pig, and that will give you a lot of the good flavor of making barbecue. So I'll buy pork butts all day and cook those. Um, but that takes like I said, it takes a long time. I've cooked one for my family reunion. I think I cooked 8 at one time. It took me almost 24 hours to cook all 8 of those
Ooh,
at one time.
wow. So look, are you into like having cook-offs? Like, you know?
Yeah. I was thinking I was Time Out Barbershop was gonna have one this past weekend, and then he ended up having to cancel because of the storms they were going to do. But yeah, that's one of the things I want to get into. They they talk about rescheduling that one. I want to see about these upper KC, BC, and Kansas City. But you gotta most of them they want you to cook a whole hog, and I'm like, shoot, I ain't got nothing to cook a whole hog yet. I haven't had enough experience cooking a whole hog yet. So once I can figure out a way to get a big enough cooker for that, man, I think about joining some of those. But some of the people they pay about 20, $30,000 for a trailer just to go out there and do all that stuff. I'm like, if I'm putting that much money in, it ain't gonna be just to travel to do competitions.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And also, in South Carolina is a lot of people that do the barbecue. They come from different places and they be having like events in
Hmm.
South Carolina. I don't know exactly what part of South Carolina, but it's this guy, his last name is Fennel or something Fennel or whatever. And he's on YouTube. And so I watch him and his family. He has a big family, and yeah, so that's why I'm like, man, it's just interesting just looking at these, you know what I'm saying, everybody just putting in time and effort and making just good food. So
Oh yeah,
that's why I'm so, you know what I mean, hype about I was hyped about you coming up here because I really have legit questions about
oh yeah,
the art of barbecuing. It's more than
um,
just
oh yeah. I don't know if you well if you come up here in Nightdale, there's a restaurant called Prime Barbecue.
okay.
It's actually owned, and the guy he's in there all the time. He actually will sit there and talk to you. It's owned by a guy named Chris Prieto. He's out of Wendell, but he's been on Food Network. He's been on all these like barbecue competitions. Like he's been on all these different shows online, like on TV and everything. But he has that's his only restaurant that he has, and he actually done a class. He does classes, every so often. I went to the one in November last year, and with Ed Mitchell was there, and they showed how to do whole hog and briskets and ribs. He gives you tips in the class of how to cook all this stuff. So I think the class was like right at $500. But the thing about it was you there for 2 days. Um, that includes the food and everything. You're taking classes. But if you go to somebody else's class, Myron Nixon's classes or anything like that, you're paying almost $1,000 for the same kind of class.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, you got somebody right down the street that's only
Mm-hmm.
charging five for a class that somebody else might charge um, $500.
Yeah. So that's good though. You know that right here in North Carolina you have someone like me because like a mentor, and so that's good. You was able to learn in that class. So you most definitely I could see you teaching classes. Most
Yeah,
definitely I could see you doing that. You know what I mean? I could really really see you doing that. I could just see it. You feel me? Whatever you want to do,
Oh yeah.
you know, you
I'm
got that vision, you gonna
oh yeah.
do it. Period.
Got to. Just trying to say, focus with it. Like I said, I like most of like one of the good things about it is like I got my mom and dad helping me as well. So like my mom, she's good with cakes and stuff. My dad, he does like me and him have, arguments all the time. Like we, what's funny is me and my dad had a rib competition at Easter because he swears him now he cooks ribs best and he don't believe none of his kids can cook better than him. So it's always one of the good things that he's like, you know, he still believe that he won that competition because one person said that his ribs are better than mine. But I'm like, that was just one person. If you listen to everybody, you didn't win. so but he'll talk about my cooking all the time. He's like, oh, it was all right, but I said, but you didn't stop eating it though. I
Yeah.
was like, I was like, you already talked about it was just okay, but you ate all of it.
Yeah,
So
you know your daddy really like your food. He love
yeah,
your food. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But
he
he
just don't
he
want to
like,
say it.
yeah, he don't want to say it, but he love it. Cause he talking trash, but he like, man, it's
Yeah,
really good, but man, it's alright. But he's
yeah,
still eating it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you still eating it. And like we cooked for Easter, and we ain't even got all the food ready, and he in there in the plate. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm eating some brisket. Why are you eating my brisket already? Like he said, it was all right. I was like, I had to test it out. I was like, yeah, uh-huh. So
So that's so brisket, right?
mhm.
Is that like, first of all, what's your favorite thing to cook? With the barbecue, what's your favorite thing?
Right now it's still barbecue. Cooking it the pork butts. It's something about it's easy, but it's still mine is different, and that's what I like about it. Is because like I said, I don't cook with vinegar, so it's like you go to places like all up and down in North Carolina. You go anywhere, you get barbecue. The first thing you taste is vinegar, and so I don't cook with that. So it's just like, okay, you're gonna taste, my seasoning, but then I hit you over the top and I say, okay, if you still want some vinegar, I make my own honey barbecue sauce with vinegar.
Mm.
So I make my own sauce that goes with it, and then they taste it and they're like, wow.
So
So
listen, with the, cause I mean, I'm just thinking about honey barbecue sauce and vinegar. Not trying to cut you off. Like, when are you gonna sell those one day? Like,
oh yeah, I just ain't put the picture up yet.
Okay,
I, don't-
okay.
I got a couple jars downstairs right now, and I'm gonna yeah, definitely sell those. I know one of my wife's friends, she bought one the other day, and she's like, I went to the restaurant and asked for barbecue with no sauce, and just so she could put my sauce up there. I was like, well, yeah,
Yeah, yo, that's
but
everything.
I
That's everything.
like one of the things I want to do is I want to I don't know, I got to find somebody local and reach out to people. I want to find like a local honey supplier, like local honey, local molasses. I like to. Some of the things I like to get is local. So like to make like my sauce, I would love to get people from the area, you know, to to make it. I had a connect with my wife's old job. I think I can still probably use it, but that that local honey hits a little bit different than the store bought honey.
For sure, you most definitely gonna find that. I know we most definitely have places where you can actually buy that authentic honey. Like,
Oh yeah,
yo, that's gonna be everything, man. Like, yo, I'm just thinking about that. Like,
yeah,
yo, I can't wait to I want to try. I'm gonna try that, man. Like, I'm gonna support you. Like I
Oh
told you,
yeah.
all I can eat is the meats. You know what I'm saying? Can't, cause I mean, yo, y'all, everybody, listen. He had like this side dish with macaroni and cheese, and I seen you put in your barbecue. What was that? The barbecue sauce that you made,
Yeah, that was barbecue sauce that I made that I drizzled on top.
bro?
And then yeah, I had my brisket, and one of the things that I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna top it. I already talked to my wife about it. I said one of the things I'm gonna make those bowls, but I'm gonna top it with all the different types of meat. So I'm gonna do
Mmm.
one brisket, one barbecue, maybe one rib. You know, I'm still I haven't really experimented with chicken barbecue yet. I'm gonna try it. That's one of my goals to try to find a flavor that I like with chicken barbecue.
Yeah, you gonna figure it out because you already know. You already got the ingredients. You know what to do. So
Yeah,
you most definitely gonna do well with it with your business. Like billionaire business. Like that's the
yeah,
type of energy. Cause for real, we minimize on on who we are. You know what I'm saying? We
mhm,
want to put ourselves in a box. The fact that you don't even use vinegar and everybody else use vinegar, bruh, I like that.
yeah,
I like that, bro, because it's like, man, I ain't using vinegar. Everybody else is using vinegar. Not saying that's what you was, thinking, but your
yeah,
process. But that's awesome. Like you creating your own sauce, your own barbecue. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah,
dope.
yeah,
Like keep doing that, bro.
yeah. And then people taste it, they're like, I like it because it ain't got that twang with it. But I said, but if you still want it, I said, try it with this, and then they try it and they're like, bro, I was like when you making this again? I'm like, I make it all the time. I just like this is like whenever we have functions, like I cooked a whole bunch for, like I said, for my mom's wedding. I cooked for family reunions. I cooked. This is just without me even doing a business or anything, or even thinking about doing a business. I was just doing it. So I was used to do it with the little $100 Kingsford grill at Walmart to the big square one. To now I got four grills in my backyard, and my wife was like, "You better not buy no more grills." I'm like, "Well, I said at least one more is coming because I got to have one that I can pull around with the truck." So
For sure.
I said, "Because me cooking, I can cook on them, and it's just that it's time consuming." I was like, "Yo, I need something with more volume. So if I start cooking for a lot of people, I need to be able to just go out there one time, cook everything I need,
For
and go."
sure. So I gotta ask you another question. So how about if someone wants you to cook for them, right? They want you to
Mhm.
barbecue for them. And like, what would they need? Like, would they need their own barbecue thing and all that for you to come over there? Like, how would that go down? Because man, a lot of people are gonna want your service, man.
Yeah. Right now, like I got some medical stuff going on in September. So, but
Yeah, for sure.
I'm right now. If you want me, I'm all open for it. I got free time, so I got a phone number on my Facebook page. Uh, Rosso hit me up. I can we could definitely talk about it. We could talk prices. Haven't
Mm-hmm.
really posted anything, so if you, like I said, if you want me to cook, yeah, definitely, I'll definitely do that. If you want to, if you even if you want to have like, hey, Terrell, I got such in my house, will you come and help me, cook? Sure. If you already got the food and stuff, if I got the time, I can come over there, show you a few things or show you what I know a little bit, and help you out. I don't even know what I would charge for that, man, to be honest with you, because I just like helping people. So it probably that might be just because I love what I do so much that I want other people to have fun with it.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I most definitely when I get situated in my house and everything, I most definitely, bro. Like
Definitely.
Terrell, I need for you to come over. I'm paying whatever because it's gonna help me, like for real, because I
Right.
want to learn. I have no problem paying for someone that doesn't have a problem with teaching me
Oh yeah.
and is happy to teach me. So that's
Yeah.
everything. You feel me? So Terrell, tell the people how they can get in contact with you on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Let the people know how they can get in contact with you with Rose Soul Barbecue.
You can get in contact with me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them Rose Soul Barbecue at Rose Soul Barbecue. My phone number is on my Facebook page. Hit me up, send me a text. I would definitely, respond. Whatever you got going on, you got a event, you thinking about doing, just let me know. I definitely
Sure.
will give you, fair prices, especially with the way food is going right now. Things expensive. So just let me know in time. I try to, get people situated. I don't like giving bad food. So that's one thing about me. That I got from my grandma. And she likes her food to be perfect, even though you might see the flaws. Like they might not see the flaws in it. They think it's amazing. I see the flaws in it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't. I see it. So I like my food to be, on point before I, give it to somebody.
For sure. I most definitely understand that for TikTok, right? Because
Oh
I'm
yeah,
putting all your handles in the comment section. So would it is it Roll Soul Barbecue all together, or what would it
yep,
be?
yeah. It's
Okay.
roast salt barbecue all together.
All right, got you. And then Instagram is the same way as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, got you. But yeah, this is what it's all about, being able to, let people know what you got going on. You feel me? I love it because it's like, man, hey, everybody like barbecue. Everybody
Yeah,
like feeling good. Everybody like,
yeah.
you
It's all about
know,
having good energy. You got to.
yeah, gotta have good energy, bro. You gotta have good energy. You have to have pure intentions with people,
Yeah,
and that's what it is. And everything that I do it with,
you
what I'm
definitely
saying,
do.
the right, yeah, with the intentions. Like, okay, I want Terrell up here. Like Terrell, I've been knowing you since, you from the
You little
LBG, yeah.
Lewisburg.
Yeah, so I'm most definitely like I'm happy for you. You doing well in life, and I know you can continue to do well in life. But before I even go, before we even check out today, from the podcast, what advice would you give someone that wants to be a master griller, but is kind of afraid of not knowing how to start? Like, what advice would you give that individual that's just starting out?
I would say start small. You're going to make mistakes. If you want to learn how to grill, I would say one of the least inexpensive ways is to that I found is go on Facebook Marketplace. One of the things that I found a lot of people will sell, they will sell you a Weber kettle grill for about 40, $50. You can you can go take that same grill will cost you $150 in the store.
Okay.
So I would go and buy one of those. They have so many different modifications that you can do. You can go on Amazon and buy new grates if you need to. Learn how to clean it first. Once you get it, because they when I tell you those Weber grills, I cook on my charcoal. Both my charcoal grills are Weber grills. They got built like a tank. Um, you cook on those. They have if you want to learn how to cook ribs or brisket. I mean, I wouldn't cook a brisket on it. It's huge. But if you want to cook ribs or something small, you want to learn how to smoke. You can even cook a pork butt up there. There's ways, and go on YouTube. Um, find what I would say was anybody that's cooking, find your flavor that you like. Um, I never knock anybody for whatever flavor or seasoning they want to use. If you like it and you love it, hey, cook with it. But make try. You got to try it out. So you have to try the different seasonings. Like I said, go on YouTube, see all these different people that are cooking, see some of the different seasonings they use for that. Because I know with the pork butt that I use a specific seasoning, but for everything else that I cook, I'm cooking off of memory. So I'm making my own stuff like my ribs. I don't use a store bought rub for my ribs. I put seasoning on there myself.
Okay.
So I would definitely just tell somebody, get one of those, $40 grills off of there, and I fixed mine up, and I think I put another $60 in it, so I got a $150 grill for $100, and it's pretty much brand new. Um, if that's what you want, or you have the money to get one, go ahead and start with a pellet grill. Learn about you know how they cook and the ease of those, because I can go in there and hit a button and my grill will be on 400 or 350 or 300, whatever I want, in a matter of 10, 15 minutes. And
Oh,
it'll stay there.
okay.
So I don't have to light no charcoal. I ain't got to worry about no gas. All I got to worry about is make sure they got pellets.
Okay.
So those are very easy. I think Walmart has some that was around about 350, 400 bucks. Um, like I said, they're not that expensive, and you can cook long on. So you can definitely use those. Those are they don't give you that charcoal taste as much, but or that over the wood cook, but they work really well.
Okay. Well, it's a real. You got to come back up here again because I really enjoy the vibes. I enjoy the energy. Just interacting with you. You teaching me things about barbecue. Thank you for coming to the platform. It's greatly appreciated. Um,
Appreciate you.
for sure, man. So everybody out there that has a dream, dream big, don't dream small. Do not dilute yourself. Understanding that Rome wasn't built in one day, understanding that your foundation of anything that you start is going to take time building the foundation. But once you have a solid foundation and it's stable, you'll be able to build the bricks, and it'll be okay because you have stability. So don't get so caught up in I want to be do this. Take your time. You
Mm-hmm.
have to take your time with whatever you're doing. You have to be patient. You have to understand your craft. So that's what it's all about. Never stop dreaming. Continue to dream, believe in yourself. And once again, y'all, make sure y'all hit up the grill master over here. Terrell, make sure y'all hit him up. Y'all can see the positive vibes, positive energy. He's willing to help. And Rose Soul Barbecue is gonna be global. It's gonna be global. It's gonna be amazing. So that's the energy
Appreciate
I have. I always speak life over everything. I have to. I have to speak life. I have to do that. And
it. Yes.
so so once again, y'all, it's Why Not Us podcast, and I hope everybody have an amazing day.